sticky too early there. I feel like
I know, especially when there's only one.
Yeah, gotta keep your utility a little bit longer. You don't want to just instantly use it.
I agree. I think the chance of that thing hitting is statistically so low that you gotta hang on to that thing.
Yeah. You right here, grenade. They just go for the trade.
Wow.
Oh, trade. Okay.
So I guess they both get +1 actually when they trade.
Right.
Just to probably keep the game mode moving. Yeah,
Oh,
good shot.
no.
Gloriously, 1 kill away.
Match point.
And the pre-nade.
There you go.
Got a
Good
bunch
drop wall. Nade actually did do something this time, to be fair. Gotta give him a little bit of credit.
Ooh. I was gonna say, I think I saw him on commando.
Now they tiptoe. Pressure is on. This is definitely a hill that I don't think is going to be played. They're just going to play for the kills. The hill is in a very bad spot.
Yeah, really bad. Agree. I played it yesterday, and there's like no point in being there at all.
It does look like there was a spawn, like a power-up spawn down there, so I'm not sure what he had. Maybe a camo? No, it was a hammer.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Hammer doesn't help you from down there, though.
It does.
So congrats to Fluriously.
All right, he said give him any chow. Now, we randomized who you're gonna play in the back a little bit, but you gotta pick a number between 1, what is gonna be, 1 or 2?
Let's do number 1.
He said, let's do number 1. Now, who's gonna be number 1? Is gonna be Bound. Where's Bound at in the building? Let's see if you can win a game against the 1v1 master himself. We're gonna bring Bound to the stage now. Have you played Bound before in a 1v1?
I have.
Oh, you have? Now, what was the last results of that matchup?
I mean, back in Halo 5, it was probably, what, 0-15?
Ooh, 0-15, man. So Bound hit you like that, huh?
It's all good in games, but it comes down to how you play today.
It's all good and fun, but it comes down to how you play today. Let's get this one started, everybody. Make some more noise for Furiously. Go take your station on set, Brav. Let's get it going.
We got you, buddy. Don't worry about it. And yes, we are going to continue this. And I love the challenge being accepted, Andy. It's the wonderful thing we want to hear, right? We don't want anyone just shirking away from the opportunity to earn a little bit more money. And I will say, I think Bound is probably better on the sticks than he was on desk.
Welcome in, guys.
I thought
Today we're going to be
Lucian was
watch
great.
partying the
Just
Halo.
waiting for the minute when something bad didn't happen.
I think Bound was.
Then he would step in and highlight that moment.
I think Bound, yeah, he approached the commentary the same way he approached the game. He waits for the perfect moment to just kind of like pop in for just a moment. That's it. And then he's out. But it was great to have both Lucid and Bound on the desk, of course. And now even more excited to see Fluriously take on Bound for a pretty heavily boosted prize pool, I'm not going to lie. And not only is it a boosted prize pool for Fluriously, I believe Bound also potentially taking home some cash as well. So make no mistake, this will not be a match that Bound throws gently for Fluriously. They're both going to be trying hard.
It's going to be an interesting match as well, right? Because Fluriously obviously played a lot of this game mode over the last day or so, and certainly proved that he's got a little bit of knowledge on his side. And you have to say, Bound hasn't played it, essentially. And maybe got a little bit of info from watching those games, which is very important to make this the game it wants to be. But I think Furiously, when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to little things like where the opponents spawn in, what weapons are going to be useful, what angles are going to be great, whether silly things like where the hill is, whether areas to play on this hill, it's got that locked down. So where's your money? That's the real question here.
I gotta say Fluriously. Okay. You see Bound is actually approaching the stage here. Fluriously's already locked in. He's already got the inner earbuds ready to go. Astro's over the top, Bound now taken to the stage.
Let's try not like, maybe we'll have a bit of money.
Yeah, up here. It was a bit like a wrestling walk.
It was, wasn't it?
It kind of was. That was kind of cool. See what Bound can do here. He's going to lock in. But let's keep in mind also, Bound only played this, as you said, one time in SLC against Legend. Legend took that one. But Bound, of course, does not want to lose on the main stage, on the main broadcast, at the World Championships. You know what I'm saying? There's still something to be said here, even though this is a friendly 1v1, actually for quite a bit of money, but still a friendly 1v1. Bound's not going to want to go down easy.
You don't want to start losing on the main stage.
No, exactly.
Exactly. You want to win on the main stage if you're going to be playing on there today, which certainly Bound is, alongside his teammates in Space Station. How do you feel about the game mode? I thought it was a bunch of fun to watch. And one of the things I love about it is as soon as a round finishes, you're straight into the next one.
Yeah.
So if you want to jump on, play some 1v1, or even warm up to go into ranked, one of those playlists that I think is a really good opportunity to showcase your skills on a few different, get you comfortable with a few different guns, a few different angles, a few different weapons. I think it really does offer a lot. I've been really impressed with what I've seen.
Yeah, it's really cool. Also, I love the idea of familiar kind of battlegrounds. To be honest, I have dreamed of something where you can play kind of isolated scenario gameplay, if you will, back since really since Halo 2. I also always used to think it'd be so cool if you could simulate something like 2v2 snipe hold breaks, you know, where you can just kind of do the same thing over and over and over again, repeat the same battle. Of course, before tools like Forge, you really couldn't do something like that. But I've dreamed of the idea that you could just, even in a lockout 1v1, a Guardian 1v1, imagine if you could just repeat a sniper push, a blue push, a gold push, over and over and over again, just to simulate it. You kind of get a bit of that in this game mode.
Yeah, you get some iconic battles, right? I mean, you're talking about the Halo 2 ones. You think you play a lockout, right? One of you spawns Snipe Tower, one of you spawns B3. It's like, you're going to take that fight more often than not when you're playing lockout. So if you can get some reps on that, you know, just find out how to, you know, quick zoom in, go in and out of scope, and make sure you lock back onto your opponents. We're seeing a little bit of Collie as well, which is obviously
awesome.
very exciting for everybody.
Near and dear to our hearts.
Exactly. So some of those famous battles, recreate some of those famous moments, of course, from the Halo Championship Series back on Halo 5 as well, with some of those battles that you do see going down. If we were to 1v1...
This is interesting, though, like, watching the pros play and everything.
Or
I think just any Halo. Like, what would you want?
I always want my 1v1s to happen on lockout.
Lockout?
Always.
What fight in particular? If you could pick one.
Let's go.
Why not? I mean, like you said, it's B3 or
so
B2 versus
for the regular
S2,
matches.
Yeah, it's just give me that battle every day of the week. Yeah, that's I will never tire of it. In the words of Max Hoberman, when I see lockout, I can always get on the sticks and play.
I think
I feel like I should get my optic jersey on.
Green to green.
Pit's good.
Green to green is like such a pivotal battle. So many.
How much Pit Flag 1v1 have you played?
Not enough.
Have we talked about Pit Flag?
No, not enough.
Go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the last game as well. Just in case you're just joining us, welcome to the Halo World Championship. You're checking out the show match here before we kick things off in the 4v4 arena. This is a 1v1 showdown show match from the Combat Workshop. Nice little QT that's coming in there from Furiously. Also fantastic, bizarre Balk work from him with Stalker. It was deadly, to say the very least. Finish things off with the sword as well. A little bit of subtle body disrespect.
It's subtle. Like you say, just a little kind of feathering, loving touch.
Just the look. Peaks as well.
And there's so many of these battles, like you say, they're so iconic. Like, how many times have we seen Frosty at the top of Coliseum here on the Snipe side trying to defend someone coming up through the cuts? Like, all of these fights are fights that you will be recreating in-game in the 4v4 scenario. And that's my favorite thing that I've seen about it. I mean, like you said, it's familiar battlegrounds, but it's also the familiar angles and familiar distance on a lot of these fights that are the pivotal ones that you will take more than once when you're playing these maps in 4v4. So I think it's a really good kind of, I say, not just a warm-up, but
I'm so
to what to
excited for the
expect
regular
when you get into those
matches
moments. And also I think everybody, all of a sudden, when I jump back into the ranked playlist now, is going to be really good at certain fights, and I'm going to find that out very quickly unless I jump into some 1v1 beforehand.
It's true, actually, yeah. I agree. And also cool, like we said, just to be able to simulate, whether you're warming up, whether you're just simulating kind of important battles, even like we're talking about top mid, as you saw in Argyle, that's just a battle. Obviously, the starting weapon that you get is going to change that up a bit, or as, in the words of Lucid, make things a bit mixy. But still a lot of fun to watch. And also just the fact that you don't know what you're going to get utility-wise, the fact that you don't know which nade you'll get. We saw some interesting ones, of course, that Bazaar with a Stalker, as well as a drop shield, as well as the Spike. It was kind of a year one nightmare fuel coming in at
somewhere in the 1v1, Ryan is still there with the shotgun.
He is, yeah. Without a doubt.
They should have built like forged him into the map.
Yeah.
Let's go, we're back.
But yeah, excited to see exactly what these players are going to get, because keep in mind, even if you, whatever happens in, say, if we saw a Commando QT round, which is a pretty competitive round, you never know if you're going to get just a Plasma Pistol, as we said on the desk, a Plasma Pistol Ravager round in the second one. So we'll have to see exactly what this one holds, but it certainly is pretty exciting to have this much
kind of
passion
crazy that
between these two players.
Yeah, it just seriouses it up a little bit more, doesn't it? Furiously. I'm going to struggle. I'm sorry, Furiously.
The L's hard.
The accent is really struggling to get around that one.
Oh, it really is a tough one with the accent.
Tough one, yeah, for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's slower every time.
Easier.
Not every time. I'm not going to get progressively slower, but Furiously.
It is tough.
Nailed it.
With an English accent.
It really is. You want to try it in an English accent?
No.
Let's go.
That would mess up both. Which is not good for anyone.
You could offend not just one person, but an entire nation.
Which I actually have done quite a bit.
Which you've been doing recently, quite well in recent times, actually.
Thank you. Too many nations are on that list. As you saw, each time we play, if you do capture the hill, you will actually end the entire round. So we saw those mini rounds within each round, if you will. As we said, Russian nesting dolls of rounds here.
I like that from you, by the way.
Did you like that?
Very specific.
That's kind of what it feels like, doesn't it? It feels like you're like, how many rounds? What round are we in? You're like, I got the first kill. It's like, okay, the first kill.
Bound is so good too. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, each time I need you to do that. So I got the first kill.
Yeah.
In the first round, but I have to win. I have to get 5 kills in this round before I can win the entirety of the round. Give me one.
Hold up. I got dry lips now.
And then I've got to win 2 out of 3 of those.
I'm struggling. Can't do 2. Hold on, let's try this one. There we go.
But don't worry, don't you get
sound
caught
effects will be in game.
Don't you get caught up on that. We will walk you through it as we walk through this entire 1v1 showdown. 1 kill at a time, 1 hill
Let's
at
go.
a time, and of course 1 set of rounds at a time as we get into this. Also want to welcome you along, whether you're in the arena here in Seattle, Washington, getting ready for day number 2, or maybe joining from home. Maybe you got some tabs open, you're getting ready for the Halo World Championship.
Big day of
4v4 to kick off today. We thank you for tuning in early for the 1v1 showdown. Just a little bit of a fun warm-up before we get into the seriousness of the day.
Yeah, the table setter, I think is the best way to put it.
Amuse bouche.
You're on fire today.
Excuse you?
I don't know what that means.
Just a bit of a taster from the chefs in the back here at the Halo World Championship.
Amusing bush.
Very amusing bush. Speaking of bush, this man's wearing his bush gear, his finest SSG gear from the bush. By the way, how about SSG's jerseys here, huh?
Yeah, they're really, really good.
Fall collection.
They're really, really sick. Goldboy wanted to grab one yesterday.
He stole one, I think.
Haven't seen him since.
Let's go.
Hard to spot. But
I think Bound's gonna win for sure. He's like, oh my gosh, I have Oats overnight. That's kind of crazy.
That's kind of what we've grown accustomed to. But we
Bound's so good too.
The fall collection here for Space Station.
It's crazy that like there's not as much Halo like player base. So basically what's happening
I didn't
is
have confirmation on that, but I'm presuming. Bounds are clean.
like you can play against the Pro Smart frequently and stuff.
Hydrated already.
He's ready to go.
By the way, I need to talk about Furiously's chain. That thing is shining. Shining
I'm
bright.
saying, are we sure we need to give this guy an extra $1,000 bucks? He's clearly got
Oh my
it
gosh,
right.
dude,
That
chain kind of looks fake, but it's nice.
Out.
If Bound wins this, he'll just throw the chain
Let's
down.
go.
Like, again. We'll play for the chain.
Also want to shout out to everyone. We've got a bunch of side stations and side tournaments going on. The free-for-all I know is heating up.
The pressure is
I
building
gotta
on Wisconsin families. We need housing,
Come on, guys.
healthcare, and
Get your shit
That is gonna
together.
be spicy. Also, shout out to everyone who swung by the Rebellion booth this weekend. They've got the classic Halo 2 and Halo 1 set up there. Not just that, but
Guys, like the live if you're new in here. Make sure to follow.
Early 2000s living room setup as well.
Well, let's talk about what we're going to see a little bit later today as well when we get to get involved 1v1 show match, because
Dude,
this is
I
the
love this
main event,
music
so to
though.
speak of today, and this is a big day of action. You look
Let's
at that winners
go.
bracket that's coming up. I mean, pick your poison when it comes to these.
I think
matches,
Optic's
because
gonna be on
we
C
can
stream
talk
I
through them
saw,
for a few
so we'll
moments
probably
while
watch
the
that
players
match.
get settled on stage and ready to go. Space Station versus Quadrant, and it's an that's got a story in itself, right? Because Quadrant, I would say, a little bit undercooked coming into this event.
Let's
They didn't really have much of
go.
an opportunity to play, but yesterday they looked really, really good. They
Dude, I have my
obviously
Optics
lost to
white
Gaming, but some
jersey
really
on.
close games in there. They won the other two and just looked like they were playing with some good momentum. Now, the one team they've always struggled
That might be a
historically
curse
with
because
is
it's not
Space
Sunday yet,
Station.
but that's alright.
We always say the Halo World Championships throws up some surprises, so that could be a very, very interesting one. And then you're looking at FaZe Cloud9, by the way. FaZe Cloud9, that looks like a tough one on both sides as we take a look at some of the awesome booths, awesome merch that is going down.
Let's go.
The
We got our Optic on.
SSG homies always hold it down in the booth. If you're somehow in the arena and you haven't been over to the SSG booth yet, get over there.
You've actually worked that booth for about 10 minutes once.
Actually, I did.
Just filled in.
I've held it down when I need to at the SSG booth. Let's take a look here at the KED leaderboard for the first time on day number 2.
It's kind of scary how
far,
FaZe is up
Legend
there.
at the top right now on SSG with a 1.49
Legends also up there. He's a good player.
Amazing stats. And let's talk about the performance we saw from yesterday in that oddball, right? There was a moment where I think he was 17.
Dude, when did the pros
Yes,
start?
it literally was.
It's 17-1. He started the game with a killing frenzy. Absolutely insane.
The slowest, most patient, brutal killing frenzy.
Dude, I really wanted to go
Imagine
this year to
as
Halo
well.
Worlds, but I decided
Cannot
to
wait
stay
see
home.
What he and the rest of the team do. You also
I went to
two players
COD
from FaZe,
champs,
two
so
players
maybe
from
that's
Optic
why.
on that KD leaderboard. So a lot of Halo yet to come. Of course, also got to give a huge shout out to everyone from across the Halo community here at the World Championships. Of course, an unbelievable cosplay presence here.
I can't
at the
believe
World
they
Championships.
renewed
There
for
always
another
is, whether
season.
it's 405th members or otherwise. Just unbelievable suits of armor.
There's gonna be
as
Halo
well
next
as
year
weapons
too.
here.
Let's go.
Well, as we prepare to write a little bit more history today at the Halo World Championships, let's take a look back on the last 10 years of the Halo Championship Series and remind ourselves of some of the big moments that have got us to this moment.
Flank. Did he read it right? He did. Has to clutch up alone. He's not taking much damage here, but there's 3 players closing at 4. Cloud9 is is here, and they're showing up in a big way. Your scoreboard, 84-90. Cloud9 could steal it and close this one out right here.
And Trippy's going for a long flank, but he doesn't know which side it's going to be. Trippy has now been sniffed out, knows that he's over towards Garage side, so Renegade's going to run this over towards Tower, going to run over into Trippy, who met him up towards top center.
Let's go.
91-99. You cannot drop the ball.
Are Optic going to get these 2 seconds? 1 second. That's going to be Optic bringing this to a game 5.
Oh my gosh, that was back in season 1 and stuff. That's kind of crazy.
Trying to finish off that last point, and we see the crowd on there.
SSG are going to be forced to push the envelope. They're going to have to be the ones to make the play. Bound just wants to find the face, and he does.
And now SSG know. They know where the rest of Optic Gaming are, and look at this.
SSG is just so good in general.
Can be on one side, the rest of the teammates on the other. 40 seconds, and they're beginning to push into pipes. Big kill from Trippy though, but it's 49-49.
A one-kill game. Legend could be the difference maker. They're all tied up. It's a tie. 50-50. Unprecedented.
It's that close. You can't even split them in a Slayer, as it means we reset the whole damn thing.
New Neons of the pit are ready to go, and everybody here in Orlando are home. Good news for you, it's capture the flag as well.
I cannot wait, and we are underway onto the pit. It's like taking me back to 2010 Orlando, and already nades being thrown across the map, and that overshield being contested.
This is one of those new areas we were talking about, right? Snipedow's got the sniper
Damn.
rifle. Neighbor's also got
That guy just got sniped from halfway across the map.
Sniper battle of the day. Neighbor just peeking around S2 at the moment. Snipe down on the training, and Dan, I'm going to beat you to it. We had a little bet on this. I'm going to say it. You might think about jumping up top Banana.
Whatever happened to Snipe Down? Did he retire?
It's Banana anymore.
It's Banana, man.
It needs to change, as there we go. Already the sniper making a big difference, and Snipe Down just checking to see no one's going to be contesting it from S2.
Look at that. Hysteria with a repulsor jump up, but Snipe Down just looks at home. Not just at this event, we talked about his performance on E United, but on this map, the man knows every single angle.
We're going back to action.
1-1 Rebellion. They tried as they might to stop Optic in Tram, but they just couldn't do the job, and now Formal has the Bulldog, gets the double kill, and they are pushing aggressively as it's a triple now for Formal. He wants more! Give it to him!
Oh! Formal!
Let's go.
The Killtacular! The man's on an absolute tear!
That's one way to stop any sort of confidence coming out of Rebellion. They would have seen it in the kill feed, and they will hear the crowd getting loud as Optic want to finish this in 3 and start to think about Saturday.
As the action starts to pick up between the two squads.
Look at this, lots of guns firing, no kills on the board just yet though. Overshield grab for FaZe.
And they ran for the rockets as well. This is brilliant from FaZe. They get all the power you could ask for. And now SSG in trouble. Renegade flies forward. The trade comes in though.
Should not have traded. Bound goes down 47-47 here.
Oh, they're opposed to the grenade from Snakebite.
What a hero play. 2 dead. 1 player still on green.
Eco goes down. FaZe from the ashes here just need 1 kill.
Penguin's in trouble. He's in the needle pit. Somehow stays alive. Takes him down. Snakebite is the man to do the job.
They will just jump on you, and that team shot is so difficult to play against, and Chick may be starting to heat up.
Dude, that shot is nasty. Whoa. That's crazy. Those shots are crazy.
That's the Chick that we've seen throughout the European Super. That's why he's taken the plaudits of this Quadrant roster. It was all SLG back in the day, but Chick has got better and better and is one of the best players in Europe right now. And that's exactly what Quadrant needed. Triple kill on the other side for SLG.
Another overkill!
Happening!
When you need to turn up big, SLG
might be ended here by Formal with the rocket launcher. Oh man, I got chills watching that. It's so crazy to think about some of the amazing and magical.
Halo's such a crazy scene now.
Series in Halo Infinite. I gotta ask you, dude, what's your favorite one? What's the one that jumps into your mind first?
In Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
Gotta be, I would say, man, probably Optics World Championship is one that really rings out. with what they were able to do. Of course, you know, you kind of stack up the World Championships phases. Of course, last year, the defending. Yeah, for me, it's the World Championship moments because of what leads to them, right? They have this special weight that you and I tend to talk about, and there's so much that has led to those moments. There's so much more than a game Sled and Slayer. When
guys, type in the chat who you want to win.
Man, I've been so proud of the European rise.
Who you're cheering for.
For my whole career, Europe has always been a footnote, right? And now it is a team, not just a team, but a continent which is respected by the best teams in the world. You have a player who has ascended, and I think the legend story in general is just, it's mind-blowing. You saw how much it meant to him yesterday, but that's how much it means to every single European player, and I think every single international player that watches him perform and achieve all these amazing things. It's Europe has stepped up. We are now, you know, event winners, which is crazy to say. Quadrant's run where they were breaking records. I completely forgot, by the way, the end of that chick overkill. There was SLG follows it up with the immediate overkill. So it's like all these moments just get forgetting about. Forget about, and it's wonderful to just look back on some of the years that we've had at Halo, some of those moments, and plenty more to come. We're on Saturday, the Halo World Champs.
Say there's so much more, not just in terms of all of Halo Infinite with yesterday's announcements, of course, but just so much more simply here this weekend, right? Today on day number 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll take a look around the venue as well. You can see some of the free play stations. You can see a lot of players having a lot of fun on Halo Infinite, playing a few games, probably testing out the 1v1 mode as well that they're going to have access to. See the Sentinels booth in the background there. There's so much merch to grab, by the way, and so much of it is like Halo WC specific, exclusive. So if you have the opportunity to walk around some of these booths, support some of the orgs that you've been watching, you know, support their teams all year long, please go and have a look at some of the awesome stuff that you can pick up. As also take a little look at the warm-up area. You can see all the players and teams, very cozy to get the backstage. You saw Formula 1 Optic Gaming and Quadrant just behind them as well. So we look at our 1v1 leaderboard. Cool Boy Johnny and Grizzly the Smith, shout out to you and your fantastic gamer tags.
Yeah, fantastic gamer tags. We'll see what as you can see, a fresh leaderboard has been kicked off in the 1v1 showdown section because yesterday's matches are completed. Keep an eye on that booth, of course, but as we said earlier, not only do you have the featured station over in the open tournament area, you've got the free-for-all going on today. I know there's a lot of hype around that. It goes without saying, it's always been the case since the days of Halo 1, but if you want to make a name for yourself in this scene, you can do it in the 1v1 booth. Players like Furiously, and if you go way wider as well, right? Players like Pistola, players like Strongside, the way that they burst onto the scene is free-for-all. That's why the free-for-all area today is absolutely packed. It is mobbed. And cannot wait to see which players emerge victorious from the free-for-all booth, as well as all of our side tournaments here. Halo 3, Halo 2, Halo 1, everything going down.
Yeah, it's certainly, you're not going to find stuff, struggle to find stuff to do. And this before the Halo even kicks off, we kind of joked. We were talking about things before this tournament. It's like, by the way, there's some Halo going on as well. Yeah, it's a World Championship that's going on as well. And these are some of the teams backstage warming up. And let me tell you, I think the first player I saw in the venue this morning was Frosty. He was there warming up, getting ready on the FaZe side. Everybody, of course, now is in the building warming up. A few scrims going down. You can imagine a few 2v2s going down. Shopify Rebellion looking to go one further than they have so far this year and get to that Sunday and really make a run. And they've got an opportunity in this upper bracket today. We'll be watching them and seeing what they're doing.
By the way, they cannot, as we take a look at the Halo Collector booth as well. Shout out to all of our community presence here. The Halo Collector crew. Great to have them here at the Halo World Championship as well. But also got to say, Shopify Rebellion, they're getting ready for Akabe Esports. I was talking to Bound and Lucid, and no one can take them lightly. I think the way that Bound and Lucid said it was like, those guys want it so bad. Yeah. You can see it in their games. Don't forget, they almost went 3-0 in their pool.
But it's the crazy thing is, we talked about, and you quite brilliantly mentioned yesterday, I think in the first game we casted, as we kicked off the Halo World Championship, this is the first time where we felt like every team has a story behind them. Every player has a story behind them. And this is a team, players from South America who have come together, who have always been in the shadow of Tapping buttons. Now they've had a chance with Tapping moving away to kind of spread their wings and make a name for themselves, right? And that's exactly what they are doing. Not only did they qualify for the Halo World Championships back in SLC, but now they find themselves being taken very, very seriously by some of the big teams. Like you mentioned, almost went 3-0, almost won their pool, which would have been absolutely incredible, not just for them.
When I am President of the United States, we will pass a bill to restore reproductive freedom.
We respect our neighbors and their personal choices that they make. Mind your own damn business.
I don't want clay dust inside of you, or chemicals in the place you poo. In my arms or in your box, our love will be pure.
World's best cat litter for the world's best cat.
Us here in the Native Gaming booth. Fantastic to have them on the scene. Legends of the game. It goes without saying. Also, let's not forget, teammates as well.
Yeah, certainly were. Certainly had some success together as well back in 2016, I'd say now, which is correct in my estimation. So
there's Duke.
A fantastic group of people. Go and say hello to them. Make sure you get some stuff signed by those three legends of the scene. As we see a couple of photos being taken. Family photos.
Some photo ops.
What do you like to see?
Photo ops at the Armory. What more do you need at the Halo World Championship, huh? Day number 2. Grab some rifles, grab some shotguns with the family.
That kid.
Get some photos.
That kid was like falling
Course,
over.
no mistake.
That's funny.
Also, as I mentioned, the Halo 2 gear at the Xbox and Halo Gear booth. This is beautiful stuff. I mean, just so well thoughtfully designed. You've got the H2 Classic logo hoodie from the steel case. You've got the cover art as well as the gold hat. You've got the kind of drop E3 kind of drop art as well. Also, the Shopify Rebellion booth. This is the one we were talking about.
Yeah, this is the one where
this is the living room setup.
As you can see here, this is exactly where Shurzy cheated and screen watched against me for a good 30 minutes.
You can just imagine looking at this setup that Shurzy would be screen watching.
I had to almost get the cardboard out.
And he would be cheating. Yeah, and he would be cheating. I'm not surprised. I got to say, shout out to anyone who's ever, I love that play from you, who's ever blocked a horizontal, because you would never do it with vertical, you never play vertical, who's ever blocked a horizontal split by using either sheets or cardboard, and someone watches over the top, and someone watches...
As it's draped upon their head.
Yeah. And someone watches underneath the bottom. That is, if you've done that, that is vintage, big respect to blocking the screen watching on the OG setup. Shout out to Shopify, though. We love the booth. We love the presence here. It's been great to have him here.
I'm going to get him back on that booth a little bit later, and I'm bringing.
I would love to run some more games.
I'm going to bring the duvet from the hotel. That's what I'm doing.
Just kind of cozy up. By the way, that couch we talked about it. Also, shout out to our friends at LVT are in the building. Fantastic to have them here. Elad the Ninja, Louis VT.
Let's go, guys.
Tools as well as Active here. Great to have it. Also, I think we got
Alex over there.
Aliak, we got 99. We got the entire LVT crew here. It's great to have them here with us, providing essential coverage at the Halo World Championship. And this time,
Mikowski.
It's of course Old Man Mikowski here.
Yeah,
By
Warthog.
the way, fantastic to have him so close by,
and that's
especially because normally they're on the other side of the venue, but this time we got our LVT homies
and everything. It's great.
Right near us. We can actually wave to them right now. I think they're actually making fun of us, if I'm not mistaken. Active is laughing pretty heavy at me, which I'm not actually too comfortable with. Also the Warthog, of course.
As I say, that's what you actually drove across.
Yeah, that's how I got here.
The sea in.
That's how I got here.
It's amphibious.
It's amphibious. I was going to use the same exact word, and I'm so glad you did. Don't forget, also swing over by the photo booth area.
Formal.
Grab some photos and some of your favorite Halo settings. And you can hold the Nerf Halo rifle, too.
Well,
Is that the entire venue? No, the community stage.
Oh, we haven't even mentioned the community stage.
The community stage
going on over there, Andy.
Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Sketch is holding it down.
He is. I've been catching up with Sketch and Uni, as well as Alex, as well as Grim, as well as Ron. A lot going on at the community stage. Unsurprisingly, that's been packed all weekend as well. A lot of really cool stuff. By the way, you can play. You're going to be able to see a bunch of demos. The Halo 2 demo they're going to be showing off.
That's great.
Playable.
By the way,
Crazy.
The Halo 2 demo is
so cool. You got some nerdy stuff here in the building. And if you are a fan of any piece of this franchise, which we know many of you are fans of.
Let's go, guys.
So many pieces of this franchise, but you will find not just something to do in this room, but many things to do. An entire weekend of stuff to do here at the Halo World Championship.
I want to kind of talk about some of that video that we saw, the 10 years of the HCS. Like, I just want to quickly go back to that because there's a few things that I forgot about. As we are moments away, I'm here, by the way, from seeing our 1v1 kickoff. There's one thing that I forgot about completely. Do you remember Formal, who was on Space Station, and the whole thing that happened with World 2, and then Formal steps in, leaves Space Station last second, joins what was then Sentinels?
Wild scenes.
The last second? I love that kind of stuff. Wild drama.
I was going to say, this
Formal reintroduces himself.
With over 2 decades now in competitive Halo, we've had no shortage of drama. And speaking of drama, we've got a 1v1 that we got to get back into here. The 1v1 showdown is about to get underway here. As we said, Furiously was the 1v1 champion from the amateur bracket yesterday. He's now facing off against Bound. We're always going to be watching Furiously's POV here, just for reference. We'll see what he can do, and he does get the first kill.
That's the first kill. I'm going to be playing. Just trying to work out a little bit bizarre to start off.
Also, we've got to talk about the loadout here.
Oh, Bound's out.
Bound's off the map.
Okay. I don't know how Bound did that.
Bound's off the map, and we now have a 100 to negative 100 start.
Oh.
Wait a minute. This don't look good.
Psychological warfare from
This
Bound.
don't look good.
No.
Presenting the back for the back smack.
We're hearing the Bound's having a resolution issue, which you could interpret as a monitor resolution issue, or you could just interpreted in a lot of ways.
Maybe
he just needs a resolution.
Maybe he just remembered his New Year's resolution.
He needs some type of resolution, and we're hoping that we find that resolution, whether it be monitor-based, maybe pixel-based, or just some type of resolution to his problem.
Yeah.
I agree.
We got you, Bound. If you need to talk, we're here.
Whatever it might be. By the way, great-looking Halo World Championship stage here. Right now, decked, of course, out in the 1v1 showdown look. But we, of course, will get back to your 4v4 programming later on today. Just in case you're just joining us, lots of Halo to come today.
Okay, let's go back to talk about some of those moments, right? Because now you've had a few seconds to get the cogs whirring in the brain. I know it takes you a few minutes to get them going these days.
A lot of time.
More and more caffeine. But what's another moment that jumps out to you?
In all of HCS or Infinite specific?
Infinite specifically.
Infinite specific. Let's see. A lot of things. How about also, let's not forget, I mean, Native Gaming with an unfortunate early exit here at the Halo World Championship. But how about the Native Red run?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Talk about the loot to get top 3.
Yeah. Crazy,
at the World Championships. I mean,